Hey everyone, it's Max Power 10 here with some tank tips for you. A lot of people don't like World of War because of the tanks. I like to think of tank matches as objective matches, where basically if your team can control the tanks and control the tank spawns, you should do pretty well. So a good idea is to work with your teammates and double up on a tank. So when there's one enemy tank, get two tanks to fire at it, you'll destroy it much faster. And then I like to, pay attention to the tanks and which ones have been destroyed, and which ones haven't been destroyed, and kind of hang around those tank spawns to make sure that the enemy players don't get into those tanks and your team can. Basically, when you have tank match, there are teams that are very good about going after the tanks, and there are teams that do nothing but hide from the tanks. So depending on what type of team you're playing, you may have to adjust your strategy. If they're going after the tanks quite a bit, have your tank forward and your teammates around your tank, and as they're going after your tank, your teammates can take out those enemy players. And if you have a team that camps, then you can pretty much just pin them down with your tank. So here I'm just I know where the next tank is going to spawn, so I'm just kind of hanging around this bunker, and once it does, I jump out of mine, I jump into a fresh tank, and I blow up my existing tank, so I know that one's going to spawn, and I know where that is. Danger gets out of his tanks here because it's pretty much destroyed. And I'm just going to drop my artillery. Pretty much drop it right in front of me. I just got to make sure I don't kill myself with it. And I drop it there because I see that the enemies are keep coming this way. So I just back up a little bit. Try to get dogs. But tanks, you really want to, if you're not in a tank, you want to make sure you're going after the tank. You should have satchels and a sticky and a smoke grenade, possibly a bazooka. But so many players don't have sticky grenades, which is weird because you'll see them throw regular grenades at me, which really aren't going to do anything. I'll just drive away. Sticky grenade will stick to the tank, and ultimately, after 5 or 6 of them, will blow up. Another trick is to hit the Y, jump into the gun, and use the gun to shoot enemy players, and then hit the Y to go back into your tank. 7 kills, call the dogs, move the marker so the dogs go there, and just keep going after the enemy players. Fortunately, a lot of my random teammates are exposing themselves a little bit too much, standing out in the open, and they just keep dying. They could play a little bit more conservative, not just run in the middle of the map and fire. So the other thing is, if you're not in a tank, you want your entire team to kind of aggressively go after the tanks. So here in this next clip, you'll see, I try to satch this tank, and then I get one into it. He blows me up, and I respawn, and right away I'm just going to turn around, throw my sticky grenade at him. Satchel, you want to pull back on the joystick, you'll throw it farther, and it doesn't have to land on the tank, just try to get it on the ground. And satchel it, I know where the next tank spawn is, so I'm going to run to that tank and get in it. They've called the dogs, so the other thing is, if you're in a tank, make sure you shoot the dogs, because dogs are just going to kill your teammates. So if you see a dog, there's no reason why no reason not to kill it. So, last clips, same map, same thing. You're just going to see hunting the enemy players down with the tank and controlling the tank spawns. I know where the players, I know where they're spawning, and I know where the tanks are going to spawn next. So, after a couple kills in one area, I work my way to the tank spawn, and I'm basically guarding the tank spawn, hoping that my own teammates get the tank, or if I'm on a streak and my tank's heavily damaged, I'll just jump out of my tank and into the brand new tank. So again, try to think of tank matches as objective matches, where you want to control the tanks and you want to control the tank spawns, and make it that type of game. If you do that, if your team works at that, you can actually do well on these maps. I know a lot of players get frustrated because the tanks can overwhelm the game, but if you think of it as an objective type game, this would certainly help. Alright, till next time, Max Power out. Thanks.
Bind them! Coming on! What's that? Ein Denkmal! Artillery on fire! Our artillery will take them out!
You guys in the game?
What's that?